Hi friends, Together Run 33. I'm standing in Boston. As of me recording this, I feel confident that I will be making it home to England. We fly out this evening from here, and I really was hopeful that we would get a Together Run together. I'm standing outside my hotel. It's quite noisy. There's planes going by. There's music playing at the hotel. I'm actually quite far away from the hotel right now, but I can still hear the music. I'm right by the harbour. I'm in the Seaport district, if it's a district, Seaport area, if anyone knows that. And I really, really wanted us to go for a Together Run. Unfortunately, it is raining. It is also 39 degrees. And the rain is just going to keep getting more. And so, as much as I'm going to go for this run, I don't want to break this mic and then not be able to do future Together Runs. So, I'm going to have to... It's so annoying, isn't it? Like, 39 and raining is possibly the worst weather. Maybe 37 and raining that you could imagine. So, it's just not ideal, but it's life. And to be honest, if it means I get to go home today, it is well worth it to me. So, with that said, I am going to hand it over to Cynthia. Cynthia has created a special Together Run for you today, something that she came up with even before I asked anyone else if they wanted to make a Together Run. And it is very special. And I mean that in you will not expect what's coming here, and neither did I. And I wasn't sure how it would work, but it does. So thank you so much to Cynthia. Let's go off for Together Run 33. And I will share a Together Run next week, hopefully with a run from home. Thank you, my friends. I'll speak to you soon.
Welcome to Together Run number 1. Piano run. We're starting with our warm-up. Probably the hardest part is getting started, but everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So for our beginning, we're going to start with some hip circles with an A in mind. And if you want to hum the A, you can. So I'm stepping, open the hip, 1, 2, 3, open the hip, 1, 2, 3. Warming up, getting everything in tune, working as a finely tuned instrument. Our bodies are our instruments as we're running. And now reverse the direction of the circle. So it's an inward motion. Inward. 1, 2, 3, inward is the rhythm. So the rhythm is bop, 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 in. Bop, 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 in. So we're just getting those hips warm and those glutes ready to fire us up. Now, the next stretch is a quad stretch. So 1, 2, 3, and then lift your right arm up, left foot back, and feel the quadricep stretch. So the quadricep is the muscle on the front of your leg. And every muscle has an opposite muscle that works with it. So the quadricep is in the front, the hamstring is in the back. So when we stretch the quadricep like this, we are engaging our hamstring in order to do that. So lift the leg up, engage that hamstring, which is the muscle in the back. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. Come back to our A. A. Now we're going to go to the side. Stretch out the adductors. Those are the inner parts of your legs. Very important for running. And then go to the other side. So a side-to-side motion, still keeping our A in mind. And now we're going to start getting our tempo in mind. Getting this in our heads. Bop, beep, bop. That's going to be our feet. And now let's find that A. As we're doing our stretch, we're getting things warmed up. Press through the heels, and you feel the inner thigh stretch. Great. And now, believe it or not, we also need to warm up the shoulders. So let's do some shoulder rolls back. Back, 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 back. And then the other way. Forward, 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 forward. Now let's stop where you are and let's do a lunge. So left foot forward, right foot back, and then come back to center. Now lunge right, right foot forward, left foot back, and back to center. Walking lunges now. So you're going to lunge forward, lift up, lunge forward, lift up, lunge forward, lift up, lunge forward, lift up, lunge, rotate, lift up, lunge, rotate, lift up, lunge, rotate, lift up, lunge, rotate, lift up. One more to the right, rotate right. One more, lunge left, rotate left. Now let's balance on our left foot. Elevate your right knee, open the gate, close. So this is more like a hinge. My knee goes to the side. It's like there's a string on my knee. And that string is going open, close, open, close, open, close. Now bring that foot down, elevate, left knee, press through that right foot, that's a standing foot. It's just as important as the lifted leg. Open, close, open, close. Hinge. It's like a hinge door. This is working our balance, hips, glutes, core, everything's engaged. All right, let's get that tempo in mind again. And we're going to, believe it or not, warm up the arms by swinging. Swing the arms, keep the feet still. And it's like you're holding eggs in your hands, in the palm of your hands. Swing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, swing. This is the arm swing. Very important part of running. The arms are equally as important as the legs in running. It's a coordinated effort. It's an integrated motion. Similar to when we're playing the piano, we integrate the fingers, the wrists, forearms, shoulders, everything in order to make the music come alive, in order to generate that music. Swing 2, 3, 4. Swing. Now pause and just start jumping on one foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do it for 8 counts of 8. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now switch to the right. Here we go. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now let's coordinate hand and foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. So we're touching in front. Touch, down, touch, down, touch, down, touch, down. Now let's get that breath involved. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more set. Breathe in, out, and now hold. One more figure 4 stretch. We're going to put the right ankle on the left knee, bend down, and hold. Breathe in, breathe out. You can hold on to a chair or something to feel the stretch in the outer hip. Rotate your ankle one way, the other way. Put that foot down. Let's go to the other foot. Ankle on top of knee. First, breathe into the hip. Breathe in. Out. Circle the ankle. One direction. And you can isometrically press your ankle into your upper thigh, not really on top of the knee, but above. So kind of near your quadricep. And now you might feel the calves are waking up. So we're going to just do a couple calf raises before we head out. So come up on the balls of your toes, balls of feet rather, and then come down to a squat. Balls of feet, down to the squat. Balls of feet, and down to the squat. Balls of your feet, and down to the squat. Now half. So quicker. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Balls, heels, balls, heels, balls, heels, balls, heels for 3, 2, and 1. Great. All right. So it's time now to head out for our run. That was about a 10-minute warm-up. So let's get ready to go outside again. Our run is going to have a beginning, it's going to have a middle, it's going to have an end. So, begin running. This is a good tempo to start with. And I'd like to start out my runs with a mental check-in. How are you feeling today? Check in with your emotions. Oftentimes, we forget that our emotions are waves. They have a beginning. They have a middle. And then they end. And we move on to the next thing. We're going to start with a body scan. This is a way to become aware of how you're feeling physically. So start with the crown of your head, and I'll tell you what I'm experiencing. On the crown of my head, I feel my hair, my ponytail might be a little tight. So it's kind of pulling on the top of my head. I feel the wind blowing against my forehead. I move down. Apologize for the traffic here. Just trying to get on a quiet street. So still staying with the head, let's progress down to the eyes. Sometimes if you're running first thing in the morning, you might experience a little bit of a cloudiness in your eyes, or an itchy. Just notice. We're trying to notice and observe without judgment. It's not good, it's not bad. Try not to attach thought. Noticing. observing, scanning, like there's some medical device, it's like a CAT scan or something, where you go in and the machine just scans through, scanning through top of your head. Now we're moving a little bit further down to your nose. Ultimately, we want to breathe in through our nose. Loud shot coming. Then out through our mouth. So imagine that circular breath circulating from your nose and then out your breath, out your mouth. Okay? So what are you noticing about your nose? Stuffed up. Do you have any air? It's cold outside. What are you noticing about your cheeks, your jaw, back of neck, spine? So that concludes the head portion of the scan. Now let's move downward to our shoulders, neck region. Try to visualize the shoulders and the neck as a girdle, something that's supporting you. The shoulder girdle, the neck, the back. Now moving to your mid-back. I feel my arms moving. I can feel them in my back. Also, notice if there's any spots of pain or tension. I apologize for the sounds. I'm running, and there are lots of people out today. It's a Sunday in the end of summer here in Boston. So we'll have lots of sounds when we get to that portion. But still sticking with our body scan. Upper back, mid back. What are you feeling? I feel my sports bra kind of digging into me a little bit. My back. Continuing with the body scan, let's go down to the front, chest, collarbone area. What do you feel in the front? Moving down now to hamstrings, legs. Any niggles, any twinges, any sensations. Just notice. Now moving down the arms. Again, the fingers, wrist, forearm, shoulders, all connected our back. How are those all feeling? Perhaps sweat starting to form, depending on where you are. Time of day, time of year, all that fun stuff. Now we're moving down to your lower legs, shins, calves, heels, toes, feet. How do they feel? What are you sensing? The feet obviously carry us where we need to go. And let's just remind ourselves of our tempo. Let's take a few minutes now to get into this stride before we do our senses, our 5 senses. So, a bit about stride, a bit about cadence. Try to talk for the next 5 minutes or so about cadence. You probably noticed in the warm-up when we were at the piano, I had the metronome going. As musicians, we need a metronome to create order out of chaos. And it's a useful tool for running as well. We're trying to match foot strike with metronome. And just like we did in our warm-up, where we were breathing, let's try to coordinate the breathing as well. Again, lots of things to coordinate among piano and running. Hard to parse them apart, but we're going to try. So, cadence. In music, cadence is a progression, a sequence of chords, a movement, if you will. In running, cadence just refers to tempo, really, of our feet, to put it in musical terms. Refers to the tempo, the speed with which you're striking. And I like to divide that 165 beats per minute, which we're at, into groups. So, just like when you're practicing a passage, we break it up to incremental parts. So I'm going to break this up into groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. Now, just to play around with it a little bit, what if we broke that up into groups of 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5. Now how about 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we're noticing, we're not putting judgment on it, just noticing, where is my weight as I break up this continuous beat, this continuous flow of beats? Where's my weight? Where's my accent? Ba, dee, ba, dee, ba, 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 ba. Does that remind you of anything? Now is the time for moving out of observation stage. And let's move into thinking stage. So does that remind you of anything that you already know from music? Are you thinking perhaps 3/4 time? And now stop thinking. Great, I'm going to turn the metronome off now. Try to maintain that tempo, but if you need to slow down, please do. We're heading at about the 15-minute mark of running. So, just so you know, if you want to turn back, you want to have a little bit too. I wanted to talk a little bit about form. So, there's a common misconception that we need to reach our legs with a long stride. No, I'm here to tell you no. Everything is a very, dare I say, tight box. Our feet are directly under our hips in a circular motion again. And imagine you're drawing a circle with your knee, and your heel is drawing a circle up to your butt. So we're constantly moving in circles throughout. That's an idea of the cadence. Now, I'd like to go to a 5 senses check-in. And we're going to start with what you hear. Hearing is, good musicians, crucial. It takes work to truly listen instead of hear. And that's a topic for another day. The difference between active listening as a musician and hearing as a human. What do you hear? I'll tell you what I hear. You probably hear it as well. Cars. I'm on Center Street, busy street, Sunday morning. If I try to block out that, take my AirPod out, I hear birds. What do you hear? How about you? I hear my feet. I'm anticipating hearing a conversation, because I'm about ready to have 2 women in front of me. What do I think here? I wonder if they're even thinking about it. Oh, they turned. Now moving into taste. What are you tasting? For me, toothpaste. Breakfast. How about you? What are you tasting right now? Now let's go on to smell. I'm smelling cold, moist air. I'm smelling grass that maybe was just cut. How about you? What are you smelling? Now let's move on to feel. So we kind of did this in the beginning with our scan, but now let's see if anything has changed. You don't have to necessarily start from your head and go down to your toes. Is there anything that you're feeling
I feel my hands gripping my phone, and then my other hand has the metronome. Again, not ideal, body mechanics. I feel the wind, perhaps you can hear it, blowing my face. I feel my right heel. I did a trail run yesterday with some new shoes. My Achilles had to work a little bit harder than normal. So I'm feeling that. Well, how about you? What are you feeling? Now let's move into skiing, the overused sense. What you notice with your eyes. I see flowers, the cars, see butterflies, the road signs, I see trees, I see stones, I see leaves, I see walls. What do you see? Observe. And this transitions us nicely, actually, into the next segment. So we're in the middle of our run now. Things might start to get a little tougher for you. Again, if you're just starting out running, even if you're not, it's tough in the beginning. I ask that you give yourself some compassion and that you come back to your why. Why did you choose to come out today? Why are you listening to this? For me, I want to express, I want to share. I want a sense of community and someone listening to me. So, what's your why? As you think about that, I want to notice red items. Red is the root chakra. My root chakra composer, the root of all of my music making, music understanding experience is Bach. J.S. Bach. The man, the family man who was able to compose so diversely, choral, keyboard, string, everything. Really quite a man. I owe him a lot. I'm very grateful for his work, to the people that taught me how to appreciate Bach. My root, it's my home, it's my root chakra, which is based, if you're familiar with energies and chakras, the root chakra is at the base of your tailbone. And it's often associated with red, which is why I ask you, if you're willing, to focus on red. And if you're willing, think about Bach. Is there any Bach in your repertoire right now? I'm currently working on his unaccompanied minor pieces. For so long, I accompanied instrumentalists. And for those of you out there who are pianists, you understand what I mean about Bach accompaniments for instrumentalists. And so I decided that I would start playing his unaccompanied compositions by myself, unaccompanied. And then I like plays on words. So I decided to call it unaccompanied minor, and I'm choosing his unaccompanied pieces that happen to be in minor keys. What do you think about wordplay in music? Is it cringy? All right, so let's round out Bach. Thank you, Bach. Find your last little bit of red. And we'll come back to Bach. Always there. Bach on the shelf. The next chakra is at your sacrum, your sacral chakra. This is orange. This is where digestion, creativity, integration works. So right now, we're trying to integrate a lot. We're trying to create a run that serves us. We're all out here doing this together for our own reasons. So acknowledge that and find something orange. You try to go down this wider street. I see some orange starting to change on the leaves. I see orange house with an orange brick. And for me, the composer that really makes me sit and think is Chopin. What a genius. What a true pianistic genius. The dichotomy of Chopin truly inspires me. That he can create mazurkas that have this dotted rhythm, and yet we need to play them lyrically. He has nocturnes, he has waltzes, polonaise. He's really able to integrate all of the dance forms, which is really, personally for me, what I'm trying to digest and integrate into my music making. What about you? Playing any Chopin? What about minor Chopin? E minor, Chopin, A minor, B minor, G minor, B flat minor, G minor ballade. I performed when I was a young child. Way too hard for me. Came back to it as an adult, and I really am enjoying revisiting it. I'm coming up a hill here, so if my breathing gets a little labored, that would be why. So I'm going uphill, thinking about Chopin. I see rocks. I'm integrating the body scan, the five senses, the chakra, the music, and the breath. That's what truly makes pianists and musicians special. We are able to do so much at the same time. Fireworks, Christmas tree lights in our brains, and yet it flows. So think about Chopin for a minute or so here while I put on the metronome. Okay. Thank you, Chopin. We'll be seeing you later. Moving on now to yellow. So I want you to find something yellow in your environment. I see some yellow leaves, flowers, piece of trash. Think about yellow, and this is your solar plexus chakra. Right at the center, this is your power, this is your strength, this is your moving forward, kind of masculine, if you will, energy. So take a minute here to find that yellow within you. Imagine, if you can't see anything yellow right in front of you, can you imagine something yellow? Can you imagine the sun, sunflower, banana, canary, whatever's yellow, and have that yellowness really moving forward. And you're being just led forward, but actually by your strength. For me, the yellow represents chords. That to me is a power chords for me. Gold, yellow, chords. Just everything we can do is with chords. We can invert them. We can make them minor. We can make them augmented. We can major, diminished, add a seventh, add a ninth. Chords. We can just do so much. And again, as pianists, we can play chords. It's our power. I know stringed instruments can play broken chords. Choruses can have many people singing different pitches, but chords, in my opinion, are our power source. They electrify us, make us yellow, light up. Chords. What's your favorite chord? I like E minor chord and D flat major. Feels good. How about you? What's your favorite chord? What composer do you associate with chords? For me, Brahms, drama, yellow, chords, Brahms. Currently doing Opus 118, the intermezzo. And there's one spot where there are reaches to the chords. There are jumps. And I find that when I'm playing chords like this, if I'm playing up high, above middle C, I activate my left oblique. And then if my left hand is playing, it's really my right oblique, right pelvis that's doing a lot of the work, ironically, to create these chords. And we did this a little bit in our warm-up, but pumping 100 chords, the inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, for Pilates, powerful. And putting chords with them, even more so. And then feeling it in your solar plexus, trying to bring your awareness to your individual power. What do you think of as your superpower? For me, it's chords, it's versatility. I can play with all musicians because I know chords. I can pivot. There's a dog near me. Anyway, pivoting from chord to chord. Just like when we pivot on the trail, which is where I am right now, where people tend to leave their dogs off their leashes. Can you tell by the tone of my voice how much that bothers me? I've only been bitten once, but it only takes once. Thank you. All right, friends. So now we're going red, orange, yellow. We're going to move up to green. So green is our heart chakra. Green is nature. Green is love. Green is tender. Green is, for me, emotion, and Mozart just comes to mind. Mozart. He loved his mom. I love my boys. He wrote a lot of compositions as a child. I'm amazed by that. My boys write things, but I can't imagine having a 7-year-old like that. My heart goes out to Mozart. I know he was kind of really an entrepreneur at a young age, but unfortunately we all know he had an early death. But I feel like his output really accelerated near the end of his life, which is promising for those of us, I'm going to be 47 in a week, that are in midlife. And wondering, what's in it for us now? What's in it for us now? So that's your heart. It's your emotion, your love. And green is often a color that people associate with this chakra. Opening up, letting in the healthy green. We associate green with health, alive. We associate, again, now I'm getting into thinking mode, but association. Green means clean. Green means recycled. Green means, like, what do you think of green? And sometimes if someone doesn't know what they're doing, they're green. You hear that? Or if someone gets sick, looking a little green. But it's really, where's your heart? So that's green. Who does that for you? Again, these can change on a day-to-day basis. This is where I am today. All right, we've done red, orange, yellow, green. Now we're going to be moving to blue. Before we do this, let's put on the metronome. How you doing with your cadence? Are you overstriding? We'll have another episode about form, but 1, 2, 3, 4 is about the tempo. And again, being able to maintain that tempo amidst obstacles. We'll talk about obstacles for a second. In music, as classical pianists, when we read something, it could be an obstacle. Key change, meter change, accidental. When they rewrite something like a double sharp, just because it's easier to print that way, or when they make second endings, like on a page turn or something. Those are all obstacles that you can overcome when you're aware. How about you? What are some obstacles for blue, or even in music? This, by the way, is the throat chakra, so this is your voice. Sorry, I'm going to turn off the chat. I want you to think about blue, your voice. And this is at about the 38-minute point. So those of you that are in it for the 45-minute group, you can stick with me for just a little longer. You can even walk. That would be awesome. I really want to make it through with you. course, if you need to turn it off, I completely understand. This will be available to listen to anytime. Speaking of listen to, did you hear that? Water, blue. What do you see in your environment right now? Your environment, as I like to call it, that's blue. I just saw some water. Pretty awesome. I actually see some stones on the path that are gray blue. Blue is one of those colors that, again, I'm going into thinking mode, we associate with sadness. Blue, I'm blue. The blues. Rhapsody in Blue. It's a great, check that out on my website. Rhapsody in Blue is on my YouTube channel. For me, growing up, that was jazz. Give you some perspective. Gershwin. Okay, made it up now. So, your voice. That's blue. So, as musicians, voice is a metaphor, really, for your sound. If you're not a vocalist, we still talk about voicing, voice leading, having your voice, bring out the top voice, bring out the middle voice, voce, right? All these things that we really associate with blue and voice. Well, mostly voice. When I think of blue, I think of my voice. WC just comes to mind. Just because of the water elements, the nature, and really the voice of WC. Particularly his Children's Corner, bringing a voice to children. I have a special place in my being for children and singing to children when they're babies, and did that for mine, and it was just really a tender moment for us, mostly for me, I'm not gonna lie. The humming, the sound, the lullabies, the rocking, it's all there. Check out the brain development, brain research on rocking or soothing. Pretty incredible. And shushing, and all of these techniques that parents use for calming themselves and then in turn their children. I had a child with colic, and we were doing everything we could for her. And I one time turned on the water, and lo and behold, she just conked out. So then I was doing that pretty regularly. And then ironically, she fell asleep to WC Claire de Lune almost every night. And if I didn't play that, well, again, how much of this is the placebo effect of me? But we had to have that CD every night. And again, I liked it too. WC. That's our blue, that's our voice. Sotto voce. Again, getting to children, oh, quiet. Sotto voce. Hush, hush. Right? Hush, little baby. Shh, shh. It's our blue, sotto voce. All right. So thank you, WC, for your contribution. Thank you for, I want to say one more thing. I feel like the connection between jazz and WC is pretty amazing. He did the Petite Negro, which I think is a great representation and brings African American music to the classical music practitioner. People are often flabbergasted by that name, but you have to remember when W.C. lived, that was, for fortunate, unfortunate, whatever, the name. But again, music goes beyond words. What are the rhythms of that ragtime music? That's what makes it unique. That's its signature characteristic. So, there you have it. All right. Just a few more minutes here, guys. Doing great. We're hitting at about the 55-minute for this whole audio tour. So, just want to end. So we've done red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo. Well, now we're getting into indigo. This is kind of the cool down period of our run. The tail end, the coda, if you will. Blue, indigo, night sky, Rembrandt. This is finishing things up. Indigo and violet. This is your thought, intuition, higher thinking. And I just think, for me, any kind of contemporary music, Schoenberg, Bartok, Stravinsky, requires a fair amount of head work. I don't like to think of music as being head work or intellectual work. Again, a topic for another episode. Music as an intellectual pursuit, versus music as a craft or a trade. I can tell you I got lots of comments when I said I was going to music school about going to trade school, but again, not our topic right now. But remember it for later. So, as we wrap things up, I want us to come to a walk, and we're going to do just a couple sprints, or strides as they're called. Again, a musical term, stride bass. Hear that a lot. So what this is we're going to run as fast as we can for 20 seconds, and then we're going to jog for 10, and then do that again. We're going to do it 2 times. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today, for expanding your horizons, for thinking through colors, thinking through senses, moving through your body as we run, doing a combination of feeling and thinking. So thank you. So we're going to get ready to go in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. As fast as you can, keeping good form. Here's our metronome. Good, and now stop. Just rest for about 10 seconds, but still running. Don't come to a complete walk. We're going to do one more 20-second push, and try to count your steps this time. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. 2, 3, 4. And stop. Can anyone hear that music? All right, so we're going to end now with a few stretches. Let's do that quad stretch that we did. Breathe in and out. Other side.
Breathe in. And now let's come to a figure 4 with the ankle circles. And the other side. Figure 4, ankle circles. And one last special stretch that I like to do is called the bear hug. So you're going to take your right arm, cross it over your left, find your left shoulder with your right arm, find your right shoulder with your left arm, give yourself a nice hug, breathe in. This stretches out those muscles in your upper back. And try to keep your mouth closed. And now open your arms up wide, chest expansion, and reverse. So now you're going to put your left arm over your right, find your opposite shoulder. Head can go down if you want an extra stretch. Just breathe. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.
Hi friends, just a quick message to say a big thank you to the Running for Real team. While I may be the face of Running for Real and the voice behind the podcast, there are a group of people who are working tirelessly to provide everything that runners could need within our community, to make our community stronger, better, and evolve and grow and learn from one another. We are working really hard to make Running for Real the place we believe it can be within our community. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone on our team. That is Victoria, Stacy, Sandy, Sally, Maria, Kelsey, Kat, Jeremy, and Erica. I appreciate each and every one of you and the hard work that you put in. Now let's get back to the show.